Good morning, YouTube. Hey, everyone out there in survival land. How you doing? Oh, they're frisky. Oh, look at that. Look at them go. Now, these things ignite really quick. See how quick I just barely touched that.
Hey YouTube, freedom4kaz here. Hey, what's going on? Hey, it's been a while since I've made a video, and I just want to get back to making videos again. I kind of took some time off for some personal reasons, and I just kind of got blown out of the water for a little bit there, and some of you know that I kind of had a disagreement with the Lord. You know, some things happened in my life that I didn't really see an answer for. And I had been praying to the Lord for a while for Him to, you know, if He didn't want to help me, to at least guide me or show me the way. And it just seemed like as if, you know, God didn't want to partake in any part of showing me the way. So when some things happened to me personally, I was very disappointed in the Lord for Him not really showing me an answer or even suggesting what way I should go. So we kind of had it out there for a little bit, and I took my cross off, and as you see, I have it on now. But I didn't wear it for about 3 weeks. I was very angry, very bitter, and I just didn't understand where the Lord, or even why the Lord, wouldn't guide me. I mean, not that I was saying, you know, give me what I'm asking for. I mean, that's not how you pray, but you know, when you pray, you usually pray for guidance or wisdom. But it seemed like the Lord wouldn't even give me that. It seemed like the Lord was just, this is how I felt, okay? I felt like I was in the middle of a huge lake on a sailboat. And there was no wind blowing for my sail to catch. And I had an engine, a small engine on the boat, but I had no fuel for the engine. And I was in the middle of this lake, and in any given direction from where I was geographically on the lake to the shore was about 15 miles. So it seemed like as if I couldn't swim to the shore. Now this was the scenario that was in my brain as the Lord would speak to me. He would put this image in my brain and say, freedom4kaz, this is where you're at. And it seemed like there was one cloud above me, and I could see Jesus' face in the cloud. And He wasn't really smiling. He just had a very, you know, basic look on His face, not really smiling or anything or being happy. He just had a straight face, and He was looking at me like as if to say, figure it out. And I'm like, figure what out? What is it that you want me to figure out? And so when these couple of things happened in my life, I was just like, you know what? If you're not going to help me, then you know what? If you're not going to guide me, if you're not going to show me, if you're not going to help me, you know, I feel like I'm stuck in the middle of this lake and I've got nowhere to go, and it's too far to swim. I've got no fuel. I've got no wind to catch my sail. I've got nothing. I can't move. I'm stuck. But yet you won't lead me either. And that's still kind of how I feel. Although I know God's love for me is strong, and after 3 weeks of not wearing my cross, I kind of realized, you know, it's time to try to not be so bitter, because I understand the Lord isn't doing this, but I just feel like the Lord could guide me if He wanted to. It just seems like He doesn't want to. But anyway, As most of you know, even though I haven't been making videos, haven't felt like making videos, I have been active in the group, the Truther group, the Survival group, and still have been around. I just haven't felt like making a video, so I just kind of feel like it's time to make a video. A couple of people I want to give credit to. Again, one is Make Electric. I read a comment of his that really kind of hit home, and you know, he said he's going to start making more videos, and that the comment was something along the lines of, you know, we don't have time to just be idle and just not talk about what's going on because time is short. And you know, when I read that comment, I don't remember what video it was on or whatever, but when he wrote that comment, I thought about that, and I said, you know, he's right. You know, we don't have time to just sit around and do nothing. You know, we've got to be active. And even though I'm not feeling 100%, I'm not feeling, you know, top notch, I still need to be active in the group. I still need to be out there because there's things that I bring to the table that if I'm not being active, then people aren't learning. And there was another comment by Sheepdog One, and he made a comment. He actually made a video saying that you know, we should all speak our mind. We should all speak and talk about what it is, how we feel, and what we're doing, and why we're doing what we do. And if somebody covers a story, there's no reason why you can't cover the same story, because maybe some subscribers aren't subscribed to that person's channel who are subscribed to yours, and maybe, you know, as videos get passed around, you know, we're comparing notes back and forth and figure out and say, hey, you know what, you know, maybe we can start figuring things out better because two people did the same story but on two different perspectives. And maybe, you know, we can compare notes and say, wow, look at this. I didn't see it that way, or I didn't know that about the story, or whatever. So in the last week or so, you know, Make Electric and Sheepdog One just kind of kicked me back into gear and said, hey, you know what, I got to get back out there. But to move on into like the part of the video where I've actually done some research, you know, there's been a lot of talk about the shootings in Florida and the racial aspect of it, but what really bothers me, being from Michigan and being just north of Detroit, is that stuff like that happens in Detroit all the time, okay? Whether it's a black man killing a black man killing a white man killing a black man, or a white man killing a white man. It happens in Detroit all the time. We're the murder capital of the world, per capita, per people. And I guess the one thing that bothers me is that back in February in Detroit, there were 3 triple shootings within 9 hours of each other. 3 separate triple shootings in the city of Detroit within 9 hours of each other, none of which were related. 4 of those 9 people that were shot were killed, including a 17-year-old boy. Now, why doesn't stuff like this make news? I mean, we're talking about 9 people being shot in 9 hours. That's 1 person every hour on average that got shot. That is crazy. And that stuff doesn't make big-time news. You know why? Because this nation wants to push a race war. That's why. Something else that you know, is going on in Michigan is that our governor just passed a law that civilians can now use tasers. Civilian models use cartridges that extend 15 feet, are made of a one-time use with a 30-second discharge. So when you shoot your so-called civilian taser that are now legal in the state of Michigan, it's going to discharge for 30 seconds when it strikes your target. And it's got a 15-foot reach. Now, the officers that use their tasers, I do believe that theirs has a 35-foot reach. And you know, if you're in Michigan and you have a CCW or a CPL, you're allowed to carry these, and you can conceal. You know, you don't have to conceal them; you can hide them. And as long as you got a CCW or a CPL, which is basically the same thing, you can carry them. Now, moving on, one more thing is that I found there's a documentary called "The War on Kids," and this article compares the U.S. public school systems to prisons. And I kind of agree with that. There's been a lot of people on YouTube who have done videos about the public schools, comparing them to prisons. And not to mention, I've done a lot of study on the movie and the books, The Hunger Games. And again, that is just like a prison system. So check that out as well. Something else I want to add here. Again, John Bolenbaugh, again, he's the whistleblower for the Enbridge oil spill in Kalamazoo. People, that is still a huge mess. Okay, that is still a huge mess. But John Bolenbaugh now has a website. It's johnbolenbaugh.org, and I want to encourage every one of you to go there and check it out. We really need to support John because he's doing an awesome job. He is known nationwide now, and he is known all throughout Canada. He's done some major work on the Keystone Pipeline and exposing the problems with the Keystone Pipeline. John has gotten so big here in Michigan, and I want to applaud his work. I've met John personally, and I've made videos myself with John. If you want to go to my YouTube page and check those videos out, I encourage you to do so. John has had people from the nation come here to Michigan, look at the oil spill, and just, they can't believe how bad it is. So please, go check out John's website, johnbolenbaugh.org. I just want to touch on the summit meetings again. They're coming up in Chicago. You know, we all know what's going on there with the red zone and martial law, and you know, they're just doing a major crackdown there. They've got, you know, they're ready for a major evacuation of the city. They're ready for terrorism there. It's just kind of crazy. Moving on, we got the Builderburg meeting in Virginia that's coming up. You know, I got a couple links underneath here about that as well. I got a bailout coming possibly for the Postal Service, a $34 billion bailout. I just find that kind of amazing, and you know, all links will be underneath. I just want to touch on that, but you know, I'm back. I'm not 100%. I'm still trying to figure some things out, but I just think it's time to get back on the horse, and I got to get back in the groove here. So I kind of brought myself to make a video and kind of tell you where I am. I've been here all along. I haven't really gone away. I just haven't felt like making a video. So all the links will be underneath. Let's have a great day.